What do you think is going to happen in the midterms or in 2024 with particularly with the black vote?
Right.
But I'm wondering if this precipitates just a
I think
Democrat
Republicans
failure.
are spiking the football a little early on the midterms because inflation's getting a little bit better, the gas prices are getting a little bit better, and they're able to spend the jobs report, even though most of these jobs that were created the last month were part-time jobs. And the media is still in bed with Joe Biden. They can't stand Republicans. They deathly fear that Donald Trump will rear his ugly head in 2024. And so no matter what it is, they spin it in favor of Joe Biden. I mean, the guy doesn't even know where he is. And the Hunter Biden story has been suppressed still, and they're not connecting the dots. It's not about Hunter Biden's crack habit. I don't care about that. I care about whether or not Joe Biden is compromised.
Agreed.
And apparently he is.
Yeah, I've been saying this, man. People they look at the historical trends where the president's party loses seats in their first term.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking at the misery index saying Democrats are going to get crushed. And then there are some polls that just came out recently in aggregate showing that the race has tightened. That Republicans, so for months, we're talking about how Republicans were up three points in the generic ballot, which is apocalyptic for Democrats. Now it's like 0.1, or even I think 538 has it inverted. Democrats have took the lead again.
That's right.
Still, historically, that should signal Democrats losing. But I'm telling people, if you look at that stuff and you think that means, if you're looking at all this stuff and you think you've got it in the bag, you don't. People need to go out and act as though no matter what the polls are, you need to get 3 or even 10 of your friends to go out and vote.
Yeah, we're treating Biden right now like a toxic boyfriend or girlfriend, where it's like, I know I should break up with her, but I don't want to get back on Tinder. And it's like, we have to. We have to hold it.
And we don't know how the reversal of Roe v. Wade is going to play. There are lots of things that can happen between now and then.
That seems to have helped Democrats.
It has, yeah.
So if you look at the real...
certainly helped their fundraising.
Absolutely. And if you look at Real Clear Politics, you can see that the gap just closed from Democrats to Republicans. In aggregate, this is not one single poll.
Yeah, and again, I don't even know if I'm a Democrat anymore, you guys. I've been calling myself a bleeding heart centrist, but I will say, for liberals listening, you want to hold your party accountable. You want to have the best Democratic Party that actually has values and morals and isn't just a bunch of corporate hacks. You want the best for your party. You don't want to just blindly support a president who's doing a terrible job, because that is bad for the future of the party. That's bad for you.
But who are you talking to?
I don't know, man. There's another person out there like me somewhere listening.
You just changed somebody's life.
I hope so.
I feel like for you had to get thrown to the wolves by the left before you finally...
Well, that's why I'm trying to help everybody listening. It's like, guys, don't rock bottom like me. Don't let your life be destroyed before you're like, maybe I should have a Republican friend.
Just one, because they'll be like, I don't care about your politics, man.
I'm like, oh, we can just hang out and play basketball.
What was the spark where you realized something was amiss?
I mean, I did before my life fell apart. It was when I would hang out with prominent liberals and they would talk a certain way and say that certain things were silly. And then they would go to their Twitter and say the opposite. And that's why I'm like, oh, we're lying. It was when the first time I talked to people who were more conservative or libertarians were people of color at my jiu-jitsu gym, where when I went to staff meetings of liberal publications, their get-togethers in Park Slope, Brooklyn, it was very, very white and very privileged.
You're like, hey, all that stuff you're saying, it applies to this room. And they're like, shh, shut up.
Yeah. Get out. But it was they'll be tweeting about Black Lives Matter as they're walking down the street, and then they're like, oh, black person, cross the street. It was just, it was the hypocrisy.